Hello everybody, welcome back to an exciting episode of Mug&Play. I'm Nick. Today we're playing a new game called Cosplay, Convention, Crisis. It deals, I'm guessing, based on what I've been presented with, that has to do with conventions, something that is very near and dear to my heart. I have probably been to over 100 conventions in my life, many of which were just selling. Cosplay Convention Crisis contains themes that are adult in nature. Are you of sexually legal age in your country of residence? I think that's a bit forward of a question to ask me, but yeah, I am. I'm 34, I fucking hope so. The following game is a product of Studio Midnight Hearts. Thank you, Studio Midnight Hearts. Let's do it to it. This demo is not representative of the final game. It's a preview build. Cool. Any non-original characters referenced are copyrights to their original creator and only included in the basis of parody. So if I see Super Blario Brothers or Sonic the Hedgehog, we know it's just a parody of a loved character. On Sunday, October 23rd, Jacob Kirby died at age 21. I'm sorry. Rest in peace, Kirby. The way he died would have been completely unpredictable just a few days prior. While in the middle of massive dispute, a beam of focused light energy struck him in the heart. I did download a game about cosplay, right? And conventions? Oh, yeah. At the moment of contact, it blew a hole in one end and out the other. Cosplayers are supposed to have replica props, not real ones. Jacob was dead in seconds. His body crumpled like a house with its foundation pulled out. The last thing he would see was the sympathetic eyes of his killer staring down at him. They can't be all that sympathetic if they killed him, but I don't know. Perhaps if Jacob Kirby had made different decisions in his life, he wouldn't have ended up in this situation. Perhaps Jacob Kirby might have lived to see his 22nd birthday. Okay, now it seems like you're victim blaming, but I don't know. Perhaps Conton wouldn't have been the last convention he would ever get to attend. Conton? Usually cons at the end, but whatever. But maybe there was no way Jacob Kirby could have avoided such a heartless end. Maybe from the moment he met his killer, it was destiny that she would be the one to kill him. Perhaps. Maybe. Perhaps. Maybe. Life's strange that way. Present day. Thursday, October 20th. Morning. I was one of the first people on the back of the bus. I walked to the back and claimed the center seat where everyone probably expected me to sit. Well, yeah, you seem to be narrating and you're the main protag, so of course you're going to be dead center right in this seat right here. Park your keister, meester. My name is Jacob Kirby, and today is Thursday, October 20th, the first day of Conton. Oh shit, we're playing as the protag who's going to die in a few days. Let's see if we can save him. The right side of the bus was being taken up by the Comic Club, the left side by the Anime Society, which meant that as the only member of both clubs, I probably had to take one middle seat. The other students filed into one side or the other. They barely looked at one another. Fun fact, at my school, the Anime Society and Comic Club hated one another with a burning passion. Which, I'm like, why? You can like comics and manga. It's... One side's got superheroes, the other side's got waifus, if you're into that sort of thing. I don't know. I feel like I'm too old to be using that word. Which is why it was amusing that this year, Conton, the local anime convention, was joining up with Cape City, the local comic book convention. And it was doubly amusing that the school metro only lent us one bus. Probably because they figured they could save money if two groups are going to the same place. Not Bobson Dugnut. That makes a lot of sense. I want to call him Bobson Dugnut, but clearly his name is Jacob Kirby. Don't worry, Bobson Dugnut will be back. I went over my bag one last time. Badge? Check. Outfits? Check. Food, so I didn't have to pay the outrageous food court prices? Check and check. Quick side note, does everyone remember on that episode of Game Grumps when Aaron Hansen went off on Subway because it was god-awful? Well, I just want to say real quick, I had a similar experience at Subway about a year and a half ago at a convention center. Basically, they started to make my sandwich, and then somebody else claimed it was their sandwich, and they started making it, and then at the very end of the line, I was like, what kind of sandwich is that? And they said the name of the sandwich that I asked for, and the other person was like, oh, I don't know that. So I had to go all the way to the back of the line, redo my sandwich, because I was about to sell at a convention that day. And it was either pay for food right there, or go 10 hours without eating. For one sandwich, a bottle of Coke, and a bottle of water, $19. Fuck you, Subway. Anyway, I smiled. No boring classes, no life-sucking part-time job, no obnoxious fantasy football-obsessed roommate. This is going to be a great weekend. Please tell me you actually have your badge this time, dumb shit. Oh my god. A girl in boyish clothes threw her backpack into the seat opposite mine and sat down. I gave half a wave. How do you give half a wave? Do you just like put your fingers up to about there. There, that's all you get. 2 shakes. If it was in my backpack the entire time that I didn't lose it, Amanda, if I had lost it, I wouldn't have actually had it. So there. If you didn't have it around your neck and you weren't able to get to the con, I'm pretty sure that's called losing it. Ooh. Convention routine. Always make sure you have your badge. Also, again, another quick side note for those of you that go to conventions. If you're gonna go out to eat when you're at a convention and you're like off of if you're not where the convention is being held, like you're at a restaurant somewhere else, put your fucking badge away. Your badge, when you're out in public at a convention, is a big neon sign that says, I have cash money on me, and lots of it. Tuck your badge into your shirt. It's safety. Middle school, high school, and also I guess we went to the same college now. She has learned to, as she put it frequently, tolerate me. You gonna tell me what cosplays you actually brought yet? You'll just have to wait and see. Tell me this much, did you bring any female characters this time? In my entire life, I swear to God, only seen her really cosplay as a female character twice. Once it was Domino from the Y People. The other time it was Illuminant from Final Fantasy 13. Fantasy? Very good. Both of whom looked rather androgynous. This had been something of a pattern with Amanda for a while. Her only sport was intramural frisbee. I had literally never seen her in a dress before. She actually wore a tux to high school prom. So what? So what, Jacob Kirby? Who cares? Would it surprise you to know that I did bring a female character this time? Not if she has short hair and dresses gender neutral. Does she have short hair and dress gender neutral? It's a long pause. Are you going to be cosplaying anything this year? I'll change the subject, but whatever. Yep, but if you aren't telling me what you brought, well then fair is fair. Amanda grunted and recrossed her arms. Before the conversation could go anywhere else, another familiar face stepped into view. A sweet, familiar, devilish face. Ooh, the seat next to you is open. Makoto Mine approached us with her usual playful grin. Amanda's brow immediately furrowed into a glare. Makoto. Hey, Makoto. Amanda's voice was daggers. Mine, meanwhile, went down 2 octaves. Makoto seemed oblivious. Her smile was unshakable. Like, what do you mean? She was like, hey, Makoto. I'm like, hey, Makoto, how's it going? Makoto Mine was an international student from Kyushu, Japan, but you wouldn't know that from her accent. Her English, totally flawless. I met her for the first time at the beginning of the year in Anime Society. From minute 1, she made my head spin. For some reason, she was all over me. Touches, glances, everything. Alright, slow your roll, Jacob Kirby. You're no Bobson Dugnut here. It was something of a dilemma. On one hand, what straight man hates affection from a hot girl? On the other hand, Makoto definitely on the crazy side of the hot crazy scale. And then there was the incident. The incident? Do tell. Friday, October 7th, 2 weeks ago. Oh, this must be the incident. I spent the better part of the Attack on Cyclops movie holding my bladder. I could have gone to the bathroom and missed part of it, but at the same time, staying and squirming had seemed a better option. A few seconds after I flushed, I heard a sound at the bathroom door. I was still collecting my bearings. I figured it was just another guy coming in, probably someone else from Anime Club. What I would have been out of my mind to expect was the door to my stall being slammed open. You could say I was caught with my pants down by this turn of events. I get it, because you're in the bathroom. Good shit. Oh my goodness. Well then, not what I was expecting. Okay then. So that's where you were hiding. You had me worried you would leave before we could spend any time together. Makoto was standing there in the bathroom, looking into my stall. There was no illusion that this was an innocent prank. Hell, she'd even taken off her shirt. When had she taken off her shirt? I don't know, Jacob Kirby. My eyes were caught by her creamy pale... Jacob Kirby, don't be a perv. Jacob Pervy, I'm gonna call you. Why'd she taken off her shirt? After I managed to put my brain back together, the first thing I did was cover up. She must have had a solid 5 seconds of watching my exposed dick before I could even stop. Wonderful. Aw, you don't need to do that. I was liking the view. Makoto, what are you doing? She took a step forward. The gap between us was closing. Her eyes were hungry. It was something I'd never quite seen in a woman before in my entire life. Just relax for a second, Jacob. I know you must be pretty confused right now, but if you just close your eyes, I can make you feel really, really good. Makoto Mine, this is a fucking family channel. She was blushing slightly. By comparison, my cheeks were probably stoplight red. I've been told I'm very good at it, you know, making men feel good. I can make you feel good too. Am I even going to be able to air this episode? Just close your eyes, close them tight, and relax. I was paralyzed, totally paralyzed. Her body was so close to me, and she was only getting closer and closer to me by the second. I didn't know what to do. This was wrong, wasn't it? Her bursting in like this? Part of me just wanted to let this happen. Look, Makoto, this is pretty weird. Can we take it a second to just slow this down, talk this through? But Makoto didn't seem to be in a mood to talk through anything. She looked hungry. Her lips parted, drawing closer for a kiss. I'm like, this is making me a little uncomfortable. It would be so easy to just, no, this was too weird. No, we're not doing this. You shouldn't be in here. You need to go. I rose to my feet now. My position was solidifying. How she thought this was okay? Did she think she could just ambush me on the toilet? Go now! That did the trick. Makoto's face sunk into a strange frown. I could almost see the gears in her head spinning. I matched my eyes to hers. It was easier to keep my resolve than had I looked down at her exposed. Good thing you stopped yourself. Okay, I'll see you next weekend, Jacob. Toodles! And just like that, she threw her shirt over her shoulders and just walked out of the stall. It was like for her, none of that really happened. It was all nothing but a game. Makoto was true to her word. She showed up next week at Anime Society pretending that none of this had even happened. I suppose it was easier for me to try and pretend it didn't happen too. That is quite an incident, I will say. Makoto slid into the seat next to me and curled up into like a cat who'd found a warm lap. Oh, and she was grinning too. That was always a good sign. I guess? Oof. Something tells me that censorship ducky is gonna come into play quite a bit. Yeah, talking about you. How you doing? Cool. Anyway, there are other open seats around. Don't you think you'd like one near more anime club members? Makoto giggled. Amanda's glare didn't give her an inch. Why? I like the back of the bus, and there's such great company here. You're not good at taking hints, are you? Ooh. They don't like each other. They're both different kinds of spiced. Amanda knew, of course. I told her practically an hour after it ever happened. At the time, she'd implied that I should have tried to sue her for sexual assault. She very strongly implied it. Well, I'm not sitting next to you, am I? I think Jacob should be the one to decide if I sit with him or not. You'll notice I'm sitting next to him and not next to you. Makoto turned to me with a prayer gesture and big round kitten eyes. Do you want me to go, Jacob? Do you? Let's hear, Jacob. Do you want Makoto to go? I sighed. Maybe it would be better to send her away. Deep down, I had calmed down about the whole incident. And it's not like I would mind having her throw herself on me for the entire ride too much. She probably just liked me but didn't know how to express herself right. I don't know. I'm not a psychologist. I can't dissect people's motives here. Though, if I let her stay, Amanda would probably spend the entire time glaring at her. And probably at me, too. Amanda could get a bit catty when she was mad. Perhaps it would be better to consider her feelings. Oh. Well then. Right off the bat. First episode. We haven't even met all the characters yet. And we gotta make a decision. But you know what? If that were to have happened to me, someone were to burst in the stall when I'm going to the bathroom and just be like, hey, I don't have a shirt on. And I'm like, you shouldn't be here. That would make me a bit uncomfortable. That's a little yandere for my liking. A little too yandere. A little bit's nice. Not too much, though. So I'm gonna be like, hey, with all due respect, my friend got here first. Don't want to seem mean. But that was a little weird. It was a little sus. So much, though, so that I poked my pop filter. So I'm gonna tell her, like, let's hang out some other time. Oh, and our score with Amanda went up by 5. I'm sorry, Makoto, but Amanda seems a bit stressed right now. That's it, blame it on the friend. In truth, having this excuse was a relief. I was still far from certain about my thoughts on Makoto. Just how mad should I be about the bathroom incident? I mean, I was appalled at the time, but I've replayed the incident too many times in my head since then. Questions of how much I hated it could be forestalled with a bit more room. Stressed, sure, that's the word. She don't care for Makoto. Do you mind if we hang out a bit later during the con? I tried my best to smile. Tried my best not to hurt her. Still, Makoto looked like a puppy that had been abandoned. She paused briefly, then swallowed. I understand. That's alright. I'll see you later, okay, cutie? That's good? I guess? I don't know. Sure, catch you later, Makoto. Makoto walked towards the front of the bus, blowing me a kiss. It took a second to even realize what she called me. Also, don't call me cutie. Seriously, don't. That's good save. Amanda just scoffed at my side. She was having a good time with this. From time to time, Amanda could get a bit smug in victory. I thought we needed a crowbar to detach her from you. She's not that bad, Amanda. She's just new here and lonely. Jacob Kirby. Not quite getting a read on you yet. Again, you're no Bobson Dugnut. Even as I said it, I remember the discomfort of the confrontation in the bathroom. She tried to fucking rape you in a bathroom stall and you're acting like you're great friends. I can't stop you from being stupid, but I don't have to approve. Well, that's one way of putting it, I guess. I mean, she's not wrong. A hand peeked over the top of the seat and waved back at me. Makoto's probably. I ducked lower in my seat. just ducking down, cause all you see from just like a few rows up ahead is just this. God, let Amanda not have noticed that. I don't know if that would have been rape. I mean, I was surprised and all, but Amanda gave me the look, the one "are you kidding me" expression that it sometimes seemed to me like every girl had mastered. I sighed at her. Did she really not get it? And read the room, Jacob Kirby. I keep wanting to call him Bobson Dugnut just by muscle memory in my soul, but no such luck this go around. As a result, I was about to say something very stupid. Oh, come on, you like girls, right? I mean, just an assumption, since you've never told me. She's cute, a bit in your face, but she's got a really great figure. Besides, the way she's into me is occasionally charming. Just occasionally, though. The minute I even brought up her sexuality, Amanda gave me a brutal side-eye. Amanda doesn't really like talking sex with anyone. It's a well-known joke in comic clubs that she's probably a... Oh, what, Jacob Kirby? What she is a human being, and who she loves is none of your damn business, Jacob Kirby. Well, that she's probably not too interested in manly affection, so to speak. Seeing her face, I made the realization immediately. This was not something that should have come out of my mouth. My next move was to try and add anything to my sentence that might save me. There you go, Jacob Kirby, dig up. Tell me you don't see it too. She's really hot, okay? Amanda just rolled her eyes. What makes you assume I like girls? You know, I just don't like to talk about private things like that. There's some parts of my life I just want anyone knowing about. Well, in truth, I actually did have proof of the matter. Some choice glances, maybe a tab or two I noticed on her laptop over the years. There are some things a person can hide, but nothing this big. Hey, Jacob Kirby, whatever Amanda's into is whatever they're into. So there. Still, how would Amanda react to being called out on it? Maybe in a situation like this, it would just be better to apologize. I think that's your best bet, man. Just apologize. Look, I decided I really shouldn't press the point home. At the end of the day, Amanda was my friend. She was someone important to me. She didn't want to talk about it, then respecting her would be the right thing to do. I'm sorry I even brought it up. You're right. You can like men, women, whoever, and it's only my business if you want it to be. Still, you shouldn't give Makoto too much shit about the bathroom thing. I honestly still don't really know how I feel about it. Amanda's face went blank. Then in a very quiet voice, she offered a short reply. What kind of reply? Thank you. She turned her face away from me. Amanda was really easy to make blush if you knew her, and I knew how. Not to mention, she was terrible at hiding it, at least from me. Some time passed while neither of us spoke. Our minds were in other places. I was still going over the last exchange in my head. Had I said the right thing there? Amanda, though. Do you remember our first con together? I'm pretty sure he does. And we will figure out what it was next time on MugAndPlay. Because I'm digging this. I'm liking this setup. That was quite an intense incident back there. But we still need to meet all the characters. So I haven't made any decisions yet on who we want Jacob Kirby to develop a fondness for. But we'll figure that out next time. Thank you for hanging out with me. If you want to hang out with me live on Twitch, then you can do that at twitch.tv/mugandplay, where I play games live. Usually a lot of Pokemon lately, but I'm going to be doing more art. There's a new Stardew Valley patch that just dropped, so I'll be playing Stardew Valley. So if you like those kind of games, then hang out with me on stream. It's a lot of fun. But thanks so much. I love you all. I will see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.